Hi, October 23rd, 2016. I was just looking at my Microsoft privacy statement here, and I want to show you that, they're talking about how we use personal data and reasons why we share personal data. We share your personal data with your consent or as necessary, so that means without your consent, to complete any transaction or provide any product you have requested or authorized. We also share data with Microsoft Control affiliates and subsidiaries, with vendors working on our behalf when required by law or to respond to legal process, to protect our customers, to protect lives, to maintain the security of our products, and to protect the rights or property of Microsoft. So down here it says you can view or edit your personal data online for many Microsoft products. You can also make choices about Microsoft collection and use of your data. So here they're talking about cookies and blah 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 blah, but they also offer you a opt-out. Now let's see, where is that window? Hold on just a moment. Okay, so it's right here, and you can click on that link, this blue link here, and that will show you what that takes you to. Digital Advertising Alliance Consumer Choice page. So when you go down here, they have companies that are collecting your data that they're letting you know about. 127 companies participate in the DAA's Consumer Choice page. So all these companies, now they let me opt out of these. Let me put it on these 15. So I opted out of all of them. That's only 15 out of the 127. This, nothing there, but this one, click on the company's name to find out more about it, a participating company. To opt out, um, you click on it like here or here. I want to click on them all, and then I want to opt out of them. But look at all these companies, and you know, some of them I have no idea what they are, but you can just click on them and find out information. Like I will give you an example here. Exalate partners with online media companies to manage data collection on their sites for the purpose of online ad targeting. So this is where your privacy is being invaded, and it's for somebody to make money with their ads, and then they sell these to companies, this information, and they make a lot of money. So I'm going to leave here. Well, let me click on this one here. Inflection Point Media is the leading behavioral targeting solution. So they're looking at stuff for your behavior, so we connect business marketers with business decision makers. So let's take a look at that website. The Political Audience Alliance. Isn't that interesting? Reach pre-qualified audiences at scale. So that means that they won't be wasting money advertising to people that don't want to know anything about that information. We've worked with Inflection Point Media from the get-go. We've been thrilled with their performance. They're telling you that this company is saying that. And of course, you can opt out from their information right here. So just click on that. Thank you. The opt-out process is now complete. We have placed an opt-out cookie on your computer. So there's still they still are leaving something in your, it'd be like having a visitor come to your house and they're still leaving their glove or something. So what this company, Inflection Point Media, does in particular is what they say right here, is an audience targeting platform built for marketers looking to reach key decision makers in their influencer groups during critical inflection points or life stages, from the identification of a need through the fulfillment of it. Inflection Point Media is able to put the right message in front of the right person or persons at exactly the right time. We focus on the critical preference building and consideration phase of the decision-making process. Behavior. We're looking at your behavior. So just randomly, let's just look at another company here. Quala is an omni-channel data intelligence company. Empowers organizations to deliver seamless consumer experiences across all devices. And let's take a look at their website here. Seamless consumer experiences from intent to conversion. Powered by our intelligent cross-device graph. That's like some kind of mind control, doesn't it seem like? Or attempt at it. Let's take a look at their menu. Our capabilities. Intent targeting. What's that? Harness the signals of consumer intent. Our IQ decision engine demystifies intent signals to compile audience sets that are primed for influence. When you reach people in their intent path means everything. Using 70% unique signals, we reach the sweet spot, the middle of the purchase cycle, where social and other signals identify consumers who have declared their intent to make a purchase decision. Keep the conversation going from the device to device. The consumer journey isn't linear, and your message shouldn't be either. A lot of money put into this stuff. A lot of money. Should we find out how much? I think so. Okay, so I'm digging around, and I'm still having a hard time finding the budget. But here I'm looking at Bloomberg report of the last company I was looking at. And the company's name is Quala. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but here's the CEO and co-founder, Kathy Leak. Here we have her salary in this industry, $283,900,000 bonus. Okay, you can see all this information right here for yourself. So obviously there's a lot of money spent in research, and this is big time, big deal, getting your information, and you're not being paid a cent for it, but you are buying the stuff that they are trying to market toward you based on what they feel like your behavior is. So you're being manipulated, and they're making lots of money. So what can you do about that? Okay, so here's an interesting article on Fortune magazine about the same thing, but how to do it without spending any money. And the link is below, and they tell you all about, you can just do it yourself. And then they have these articles over on the side. Get inside your customer's head. Here's how to turn the customer's good intentions into better outcomes. Intriguing. So here's an article from Entrepreneur, conducting market research. You may have a great idea for a product or service, but before you go any further, first make sure there's a market for it. And this talks about how even if you have a great idea, that it might not go anywhere. So it's important to do market research. And here they're saying, many business owners neglect this crucial step in product development for the sole reason that they don't want to hear negative feedback. are convinced their product or service is perfect just the way it is, and they don't want to risk tampering with it. But here they talk about methods. You can gather two types of data, primary and secondary, and that some places spend lots of money on it, or you can do it yourself. And so obviously companies that want to make a lot of money are willing to spend a lot of money on market research, and so that's why you're being spied on by these companies with everything that you do on the internet, because they want to make a lot of money. Which is interesting. Oh, we don't want to get the magazine right now, but that guy was cute, wasn't he? Okay. Okay, and then I want to share this article with you from the Sydney Morning Herald. While you're browsing in a shop, the shop is browsing you. If you suspect you're being watched, you're right. Shopping is now a spectator sport, and the focus is on you. So it's not just online shopping. As you walk into a department store, set on buying something for your son, as you do so, you take advantage of the store's kind offer of free Wi-Fi login and check a couple of possibilities online. The store has you now. Its computer system starts tracking you meter by meter as you wander around. The cameras in the ceilings are also trained on you. This is not in case you try to nick something. They are measuring how long you stand in a given area, your posture, whether you reach out and touch anything. They are assessing your intent. In your wallet, there's a loyalty card. The store's computer knows what you spent in there, what you bought, how often you purchase things. It is location tracking you. It knows you've never been in the store shoe section before. It can tell by the way you pick up those awful sandals and put them down again. Blah, blah, blah. This link will also be below. Welcome to modern retailing. Have a nice day. I'm sorry. Now the question is that really informed consent when you when the terms of this policy are in the fine print? And it goes on and on here, talking about ordering pizza. It's a lot to think about, and okay, I'm gonna get off this page. So here's this article on Lifehacker, and the link will also be below for this. How advertising manipulates your choices and spending habits and what to do about it. Quite frankly, all advertising is trying to get you to buy the product. Advertisements aren't inherently bad, but many use manipulative tactics that influence in ways we don't even realize. Despite how much you think you ignore them and how little you may believe that they affect you, that's not necessarily the case. Here's a look at how manipulative ads work, the problems they cause, and what you can do to avoid these negative consequences. So you can read this if you want. Advertising exists because there's a product a company wants to sell and they want people to know about it so they can buy it. Okay, that's obvious. Let's see. What can we do about it? Is it on here? Hold on, let me look at this article. Well, here in this part of it, they're talking about dish soap or some products, and they're saying that basically, if you're not prepared to think, and you're often or not when you're watching television or reading a magazine, you'll pretty much accept any suggestion that is offered to you. Since you're being so passive, you may not even realize it's happening. So what can you do? Think. When your parents used to tell you because I said so, you probably weren't ready to accept that answer. Don't do it subconsciously watching an ad. Think about what the ad is saying. consider the negative aspect of all products that definitely aren't being